In China, there's a research center especially for pandas, and starting in 2010, researchers started studying their language patterns. As a result, they figured out about 13 different meanings for different sounds that pandas make. Researchers recorded the pandas' movements and actions, analyzing how their behaviors were related to the sound they were making. From this study, I realized that there really is nothing that we can accomplish if we just invest some time. Remember, interest, focus, and action, all these help us in areas of our lives, especially in all that we do. This is Kevin's Upbeat. That was the first song for Kevin's Upbeat for Saturday, November 14th, Kung Fu Fighting by Rain. Hello guys, I'm Kevin, and it's not easy to figure it out in an animal's language. We have no idea because they usually make sounds, which is completely different from the talking that we are used to. It's pretty impressive to think that people figured out a panda's language by studying their behaviors for a very long time. It was only possible because they first all had an interest and great focus and put that into action. I think all three of these factors, there are things we always need to keep in mind at all times in whatever we do. So check yourself, and are you interested, focused, and putting into action in the things that you do? Why don't you reflect back on a while on this while you are tuning to Heartbeat? We've got FM stations in Jeju Island, 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Seogwipo, 101.9 in Daejeon, and we got terrestrial DMB as well. You can also tune in to us from New York in the US via snbus.com or SNB Radio. On weekends, you can also listen in from Radio Korea in Los Angeles and Hawaii. Love to hear from you guys, so leave us your comments, messages, and song requests here on the Happy Message board at www.arirangradio.com/heartbeat. You can write your messages in any languages. Alright guys, here is 내가 그댈 Because I by Lin, 하동균, and 이정, and 보고 싶다 I Miss You by Tae. Welcome abroad, a time machine of Once Upon a Time. Starting this week, we'll be turning back time once a week. Bon Voyage! Now on this segment, we take a trip down memory lane like our grandmothers do when they tell us the stories of good old days. Today, we're going back to November 2006. Now, what were the biggest headlines of November 2006? Movie The Host ends its run in the theaters. After being released in theaters in July 2006, Korean movie The Host starring actors Song Kang-ho, Go Ha-sung, tops the box offices in Korea and finally ends its run in theaters on November 8th, 105 days after its initial release, and attracts more than 13 million viewers. Alright guys, let's listen to I Love Rock and Roll by Coyote and 오늘 하루, Today by Cool. I Love Rock and Roll by Coyote and 오늘 하루, Today by Cool. We're continuing with the Once Upon a Time. Let's take a look at the major entertainment news of the time. Actor Song Seung-won, Chang Hyuk gets discharged from the military. Actors Song Seung-won and Chang Hyuk gets discharged from the military after serving for 2 years, starting in November of 2004. Many fans and reporters attended their discharge ceremony to celebrate with them. And that's it for today's entertainment news of November 2006. Here is 풍선, Balloons by 동방신기, TVXQ, and Super Junior's You. 풍선, Balloons by 동방신기, TVXQ, and You by Super Junior. We're traveling back through time with our Saturday segment Once Upon a Time. Let's take a look at the music charts of November 2006. Number 7, 이승환's 어떻게 사랑이 그래요? How Love Is. 우린 어떻게든 무엇이 되어 있고 다시 만나 사랑해야 해요. As the title track for his 9th album, this song was inspired by a documentary he watched about love. This was a ballad track that became just as popular as his legendary hit ballad track for 1,000 Days. Number 6, Kim Taeho's 하고 싶은 말, Words I Wanna Say. 하루 지나가면 아름다웠던 그녀 모습 Alright, this is the title track for Kim Tae-woo from the G.O.D's first official album. He participated in writing the lyrics and producing the most of the songs of this album, which shows how much effort and passion he puts into his music. His solo debut ended up being a huge success. Number 5, 동방신기 TVXQ's Balloons, 풍선. This was a song from TVXQ's third album, which is a remake of a song of the same title by group Five Fingers. This song showed off a brighter, warmer side of the group outside of the usual powerful concept and image. It was a popular song because it was loved by both the older and younger crowds. Alright guys, number 4, 이정현's 철수야 사랑해, 철수, I love you. Now, her petite frame doesn't hide her never-ending energy. This song was the title track of her 6th album. The unique and fun lyrics paired with an addictive melody made up for an extremely popular song. Alright, number 3, Big Mama's Never Mind. The top female R&B group, Big Mama, their powerful vocals made everyone feel refreshed after listening to their music. This was an album they released after a one-year hiatus, and it had a signature Big Mama sound. Number 2, Seven's La La La. After releasing the album after the album displaying his growth and maturity as an artist, in his 4th album, in particular, Seven strips down all the performances and dancing and just showcases his vocals. He puts in a lot of effort to produce this album as well, and eventually, success as well deserved. Now, we will find out the top song of November 2006 after listening to Nevermind by Big Mama and 어떻게 사랑이 그래요, How Love Is by Lee Seung-hwan. Nevermind by Big Mama and 어떻게 사랑이 그래요, How Love Is by Lee Seung-hwan. You're listening to Once Upon a Time. Now, what was the top song of November 2006? It was 성시경's On the Street. And of course, every fall we must listen to fall ballad tracks, and the ultimate ballad prince 성시경 wins out in this category with this title track from his 5th album becoming an instant hit. Now, this track was produced by singer Yoon Jong-shin, which also made it to get a lot of attention as well. Alright, the time machine of Once Upon a Time is returning to the present. Join me again next week, guys, and here is 거리에서 On This Road by 성시경. Alright guys, that was the top song of November 2006, 성시경's 거리에서 On This Road. Here is one more song for you, My Love by Justin Timberlake, featured by T.I. It's time to wrap up part 1 of Upbeat, but I'll be back in a second with one last song, Howard, duet with Jay, Perhaps Love, 사랑인가요?
Baby bounce, bounce, baby bounce, bounce, baby bounce, 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 baby bounce, bounce, baby bounce.
Everybody listen to my voice and just follow the beat. Throw your hands in the air like you don't care and get ready to move your body like this, like that, like this, like that. Come on, like this, like that, like this, and like that.
Ooh, feels so good tonight with full of flavor and music, music. You're welcome to my world. Just listen to my words. You will like it, you like it, girl. You love it, girl. Relax your mind.
Heartbeat. Alright, welcome back to the second hour of Heartbeats. That was 너나 잘해, Mind Your Own Business by Ailey. Let me tell you again how you can tune in. We've got FM stations in Jeju Island, 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Sugipo, 101.9 in Daejeong, and we've got terrestrial DMB as well. If you're in the Busan area, tune into EFM 90.5. Also, you can listen to Arion Radio through TuneIn. It's an online radio service site with 40 million users worldwide. You can download TuneIn through Google Play or the App Store. Love to hear from you guys, so leave us your comments, messages, and song requests here on our message board at www.arionradio.com/heartbeat. You can write your messages in any languages. Alright guys, here is DOA, Dead or Alive by High 4, and Put Up, Pour Up by Dean, featured by Zico. On this segment, we get to talk about anything we want with one theme each week. It's Tell Me Something. This week's Tell Me Something topic is a continuation of last week's topic, my favorite movie quotes. We had a lot of messages coming for us, so we will read them right after this next song break. Here's Oasis by Tap Dog and Hurry Hurry by April. Oasis by Tap Dog and Hurry Hurry by April. Alright, let's start with Kanako, 45 from Japan. There's a movie called Midnight in Paris about traveling through time. In the movie, the male character always admires the past. The present is so frustrating with many struggles, but he thinks that the past is only full of good, happy times. There is a quote from the movie that goes like this. Nostalgia is denial of a painful present. The name for this denial is a golden age thinking. The erroneous notion that the different time period is better than the one's living in. It's a flaw in the romantic imagination of those people who find it difficult to cope with the present. This is really how I got feeling these days. I've been wanting to go back to the past when I had no real worries, but I realized how foolish I was being after I watched this movie. Vegeta from India, I was in the dilemma of picking one, as all three of these following quotes are my favorites. There are movies that my younger brother and I have watched together and loved these lines for their practically. Number one, if you're going good at something, don't do it for free. Joker in the Dark Knight. Number two, so who's winning, you or you? A Beautiful Mind. And last but not least, the future was uncertain, absolutely dead, and there were many hurdles, twists and turns to come, but as long as I keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other, the voice of fear and shame, the messages from those who wanted me to believe that I wasn't good enough, would be stilled. The Chris Gardner in The Pursuit of Happiness. Alright, I think it's a really great quote, guys, but I missed some of the movies that you are recommending right now, so I try to go and watch it and try to get the quotes. Isura from Korea. I still remember the movie Titanic that I watched when I was really young. I remember how shocked when I was watching the movie because all those people died because of the Shawshank and it was based on the true story. I still remember the quote from the main character, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Winning that ticket, Rose, was the best thing that ever happened to me. It brought me to you. I think it just melts if the person I said I loved said that to me, and if it was someone I like, Leonardo DiCaprio, I think would die. Definitely. I love that movie too, and there are a lot of romantic scenes before Shawshanked. But well, I'm sorry for what happened. But here is two songs for you: "Skyfall" by Adele and "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion. Okay, that was Skyfall by Adele and My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Let's read more from you guys. Mika90 from Japan. There's a movie called We Bought a Zoo, about a family who buys a zoo about to close down and builds it back up, makes it a safe haven for animals. People first tell the main character that it's impossible to buy a zoo, and he's crazy for doing it. But he never wavered once, and he said this following quote. Sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery, and I promise you something great will come of it. I realize that in real life, sometimes all we need is a very short burst of courage that can change the course of our lives. I've been realizing that a lot lately. It could be you confessing your feelings for someone or making the decision to go on a trip. If you've been struggling about making a decision, give yourself 20 seconds. Yuko from Japan. My favorite movie of all time is Notting Hill. A famous actress meets an owner of a small bookstore and they fall in love. After she shows him how she feels, she hesitates because she's a famous actress. But then she responds like this. And don't forget, I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy. Ask him to love her. Oh. This helped me realize again that everyone is just the same. Just a person when it comes to love. No one is better or worse off in front of love. We all equals. That is true. Yuko. Pagyuran from Korea. There's a Korean movie called A Bittersweet Life featuring actor Lee Byung-hun. In the movie, a student wakes up in the middle of the night and starts crying. His teacher asks why he's crying. Do you have a nightmare? No. Did you have a sad dream? No. I dreamed a sweet dream. Then why are you weeping so sadly? The student wipes away his tears and responds, it's because that dream will never come true. I also started crying because I couldn't help but be saddened by these realizations and that dreams might not come true. I think it's because I know exactly what he was feeling in that moment. I love that, the movie from Lee Byung-hun, The Bittersweet Life. Abby, those of you who missed this movie from Lee Byung-hun, you gotta try to watch that movie, guys. Never miss that movie. Pop Try 45 from Indonesia. I want to introduce the movie, A Great Beauty. This is the film about Jeb, a novelist who wrote his first and last novel that more than 40 years ago and can no longer write. He is also a celebrity who wants to live the life of the top #1 of the society. He always attends lavish parties and he never feels satisfied. But on his 65th birthday, he gets news that his first love passed away. He starts reflecting upon his past and the beautiful days he spent, and goes on a trip down memory lane. He then says this quote, "The most important thing I discovered a few days after turning 65 is that I can't waste any more time doing things I don't want to do. I started to reflect on how much I've been wasting my time and also how much I should be using my time wisely." Like Poptree 45 said, guys, use your time wisely, guys. All right. Here's She by Elvis Costello and 걱정 말아요 그대, Don't Worry Dear by 이적. She by Elvis Costello and 걱정 말아요 그대, Don't Worry Dear by 이적. Now, let's read more from Cheyuna from Korea. There's a lot of great movie quotes from the movie The Curious Case in Benjamin Button. Our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss. I was thinking how nothing lasts and what a shame that is. Knowing that the person is happy makes me happy. And we're going down different paths, but the end is the same. There are so many quotes that we can learn from the just in one movie alone. As much as I like watching movies, I think I sometimes enjoy reflecting on movie quotes more. Keep Going One from USA. I watched a movie called Life. The story is about famous Life magazine and a newbie photographer, Dennis Stock, who, unlike his expectations, slowly starts getting sick of its chasing after the last celebrity gossip every day. A rookie actor, James Dean, lives a life of attention between his dreams of becoming a top actor and living a life of a famous celebrity. Then one day, James Dean finds out that the woman he loves is going to marry the top actor, and James Dean and Dennis Stock meets to do famous photo shoot for Life magazine. There's a famous quote about photos from the film that goes like this. Photograph says that I was here, but they also say you too were there. I got goosebumps at that moment, even though the present is over and passing by. Photographs help capture those moments and document those moments happened. It's both sad and cool at the same time. Asuka from Japan. In the Japanese romantic fantasy film, The Girl Who Lit Through Time, there's a quote that goes like this. Efforts bring your dreams to you. This means that the effort you put in brings that you're much closer to your dreams. I really like this quote, so I wrote it down on a piece of paper and pasted it on top of my desk so I can look at it every day and be reminded of my own dreams. Alright guys, thanks for your all the quotes that you send in, movie quotes. It was a lovely quotes. And I'll give you the next week's topic after listening to two songs. 가을 타나봐, Nostalgic Autumn by Chia, duet with 홍대광, and 내가 나에게, I to Me by Ali. 가을 타나봐, Nostalgia Garden by Chia, duet with 홍대광, and 내가 나에게, I to me by Ali. Now guys, let's talk about the next week's topic. Next week I'll be talking about things I collect. Some people collect CDs or older records, or other people like to collect postcards from their travels. Some people collect old wine bottles as well. Whatever you collect, share with us by leaving us the message with Tell Me Something on the message board. Alright guys, here's one song from 별, Star by Kim Min-jae and Solar. Alright guys, it's time to close today for the November 14th of Saturday with one last song, 짠짠's 강남역 사거리, Gangnam Station Crossroads. I'll see you guys tomorrow. 안녕!